wasting mad time on a day-to-day basis. Like nobody's coming. So the more that y'all sit here and just like waste your time when y'all got spaces like this, because let's be very clear, I'm babysitting. There's nothing that I have for you. There's no if you don't want my help, there's no communication that we really can have unless I have an assignment for you, which I'm not going to create. I already teach two math. In addition to that, this is what I do in my real life. Have these conversations with y'all young adults to me. Y'all not kids. But in this school building, they make y'all believe y'all just teenagers and y'all kids. And there's something else that's gonna happen once you graduate. And I ain't gonna lie, I felt the same way. They told us go to college, get a good grade, and you're gonna be successful. And that's a lie. So when people come to school on a day-to-day basis and they're not trying to figure out how are they going to or the type of person they're going to be when they go out into the real world, it just hit different. And the reason why it hit different is because y'all think y'all finna be a different person. Nah, bro. If you lazy right now, you definitely finna be lazy when you graduate because you're gonna have more time to do nothing. If you don't read right now, you definitely not about to start reading when you graduate because you're gonna have more time to do whatever you want to do. And that's the thing that don't nobody ever tell us is that all the stuff in the structure of school is everything that you have to create for yourself. But because school only talks about your academic capacity, we want y'all to be better people, but we don't have no processes to make you a better person. I personally, in my class specifically, I got a process to make people better people. I don't know. I'm not making you, but at least I got you reflecting and thinking about how you gonna engage on a day-to-day basis. Did y'all know I was first generation? Like, didn't nobody else go to college before me? I'm the first one in my family to get a bachelor's degree. I'm the first one to get a master's degree. I'm the first one in my family to ever go abroad. Nobody else in my family had ever traveled internationally. I'm the only one. And it's interesting that I'll be having to sit down and reflect with these thoughts often because the only reason why I'm here is to tell y'all this and pay it forward. Because I need y'all to aspire to something greater than yourself. Like I just do. It it pains me on a day-to-day basis to walk in the hallway because I know it's ghetto. And people ain't gonna just tell y'all straight up that's not transferable. So you could be as cool as you want to be, but nothing in that hallway y'all do is transferable because you can't do it nowhere else but in this building. And that's how Black America stay in the ghetto because nobody's coming back and telling y'all like, yo, bro, school is not about just doing. It's about how you thinking. What's your mindset? How you navigating certain opportunities? How are you showing up to certain spaces? How are you articulating yourself? How are you practicing getting to the best version of yourself? That's really what school's supposed to be for. Technically, let's be very clear. Y'all can cheat on everything because y'all got AI. We don't got no AI monitoring system. But instead of school being like, you know what, I'm gonna teach y'all how to use AI, we say don't use it. We say, hey, get off your phone instead of teaching you digital literacy. Like, cause technically that's what it should be a tool. But y'all don't use phones for tools, y'all just use it for entertainment. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm telling y'all this because I had to learn all of this stuff through trial and error. And people kind of like, I mean, I read, not clearly. I listen to a lot of like podcasts and YouTube mentors and stuff like that. And they all say the same stuff. But until you click for yourself, bro, y'all gonna continue the cycle of your family. And if y'all not wealthy, you not about to be wealthy. Cause ain't nobody passing nothing down to you, and you don't know how to go out there and get it yourself. I am the epitome of not knowing how to go out there and get it myself, and then going out there and getting it myself. That's why I keep preaching professional student, because I desire to be the best version of myself every day. But I know in school, when I say professionalism, y'all see it as suit and tie, or I gotta act white maybe, or I gotta change who I am to meet a certain standard. Nah, you could talk the way you talk. You just need to articulate yourself and put a filter on your language. Like there's nothing wrong with the way you sound. There's nothing wrong with the way that you talk technically. There's just a time and a place for everything. I talk slang too. I have colloquial language, idiomatic language, all of that. But it's just time and place when I use it. Like I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all straight up. I don't cuss at y'all and I don't cuss in this building because it's inappropriate and unprofessional. Maybe I need to say that. I don't even like cussing, but I cuss. And why do I cuss? Because when I grew up, people was cussing at me. I thought it was the cool thing to do. So of course, when I got by myself, I'm trying to figure out how the best way to cuss you out. How it sound cool to cuss. And now, I figured out my way to curse. And now as an adult, I recognize like, dang, that's a lack of vocabulary. when you cussing like that. It's a lack of intellect when all you can do, you got to cuss every other word, or you actively cannot find a period in your time in cussing. That's just an example, by the way. But that's an example as a testament to, like, man, what type of person you want to be. And now that's why I talk about communication. I don't want to be out here sounding ignorant every time I talk. In this environment, because everybody around y'all cusses, okay. In grocery stores, people cuss. I think people even cuss in the school. Let me be very clear. I am on the other side. I don't agree with that. Anytime I ever hear a teacher cuss at y'all, I be like, yo, y'all know that's unprofessional, right? Because I do genuinely think it's unprofessional. If y'all already don't know how to communicate, to come into the building and then cuss at you and have bad communication, it's counterintuitive to teaching you better communication. Because cussing is not transferable unless, here's the caveats, you own it. If you own it, nobody cares. But how do you position yourself to start owning things? What's the mindset that you would need to start owning things? What's the capacity and grit you would need to start owning things? And that's another thing. Ain't nobody gonna just tell us. But all y'all that don't want to go to college, I personally don't think people should go to college unless they have an intention. You're not going to college on purpose. Like, at the end of this, I picked this walkie-talkie up because I needed to contact somebody that's outside my room. That was my only intention of picking this up. I only went to college because I wanted to get out of my mama's house. Once I got to college, I want to be very clear. It wasn't to be the best version of myself. It was to actively do whatever I got to do to not go back to my mama's house because I don't want to live with her. I think that she be doing too much sometimes. And then as I got older, I was like, I bet. You know what? I still don't want to go back to my mama's house. However, because I was in that mindset, it allowed for me to build a capacity. It made me be curious. It made me find internships. It made me do stuff because I know I was working from a mindset of lack because I was working from what I don't want. I am here to tell y'all to work from what you do want. If you really want to go to college, don't sit here and waste your 8 hours. Hey, figure out everything that you need in order to get into that college and do it. That's how I got into Morehouse. I got denied before I got accepted. That gave me 2 letters. I have a denial letter and an acceptance letter. When I got my denial letter, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, bruh. It was like a dagger in my chest because I felt stuck. Like, dang, I used to live on 42nd and Harrison, literally. I was gonna be stuck there, bruh. What? I ended up graduating from Maryville. I ain't had no friends in Maryville. I did, but it didn't really feel like it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I grew up in Hammond and Gary and in Chicago. For my last 3 years of high school, I had to go to Maryville, and all of them wanted to be hood. And I was confused. I was really confused, because in my brain, Maryville is a white town. That's what it was when I was a kid. And Gary, yo, this is what we doing. Like, it is what it is. Like, all of that. Like, all the debauchery that could possibly happen, and y'all not even like, and the reason why I say y'all got a mild aversion, because y'all don't really do the stuff. Y'all just argue. Could you imagine being back in the day where people don't argue? It's on site. And y'all might feel like y'all got that in y'all soul, but it really ain't like that. Because y'all don't fight. Y'all generation don't fight. Y'all generation just argue and shoot. So because y'all only argue and shoot, y'all never get the opportunity to actually go through your growing pain of ever taking the L. You'll never know what it feels like to have that type of confidence of taking that L and overcoming that. You'll never know what it feels like to fail in a specific space and eating it. Why? Because every time you fail, you argue. Nah, there's a reason why this can't be. We ain't had that luxury. Unfortunately, it's gonna get more and more interesting because of technology. The jobs that y'all finna be looking for, they not finna be there. So as I continue to say this message, is about, again, for these 8 hours a day, how could you stop seeing school as school, but as a institution to better yourself beyond school? Y'all actually, and I wish somebody would have told me this, I technically be putting y'all on for real, for real. Y'all got the capacity right here, right now, today to start investing. I didn't even know. People would say you need to save. They told us to save money. I'm telling you to invest money. But the only way to invest money is financial literacy, which is why I keep trying to put y'all on EverFi, get y'all in times like this, where I know I don't got no lesson for you. You should be doing financial literacy. For me, coming to work is financial literacy because I get a paycheck. but it's also financial literacy because I'm building a business beyond it. It's my hope that I can go across America and tell every teacher that they should be training kids to communicate, advocate, and execute. It's my hope that I can go across America and tell every kid the only reason why you go to school is to be the best version of yourself. And what that means is you got to figure you out. How could you get in a disagreement and not cuss somebody out? How could you get in a disagreement and not change your character? How can you coexist with somebody you don't agree with and still be able to get to a solution? How do you practice being solution oriented? How do I practice how I want to smell? Y'all got so many feet. How do I practice how I want to walk? How do I practice how I want to talk? I didn't start thinking about any of this stuff until I got to Morehouse College, straight up. How do I practice how I want to carry myself? I wasn't thinking about fashion and clothes. Boy, if I was in the uniform, I'd be the freshest guy in the uniform, literally. The most crispy. My shirt would be iron. My pants would be, I don't really like creases, I'll be honest with y'all. But I'd be crispy, man. And the reason why I want to take this mindset that I have right now, and I wish somebody would have coached me that. Because I do believe I am where I'm supposed to be. But I do believe if somebody gave me this information earlier, y'all would have never met. Because I would have no reason to be here. Because I would have applied it and did it. Well, luckily for y'all, in my life, hey, I've been around kids all my life, and I've been seeing the struggle and the gap. I hate school. I want to be very clear to y'all. I hate school. And the reason why I hate school, because it's the opposite of what you need for life. Even if you pass my class and you can't communicate, advocate, and execute, you will equally still be a failure. Because ain't nobody gonna hire you. And if they hire you, they're gonna fire you quick because you can't communicate, advocate, and execute. You don't follow through. You don't follow up. You will be late. And these are all normal things that's just ironically in this building. Y'all don't technically have to go to class. Yeah, I know that. Y'all come to me because I really take attendance, but and I think y'all got a certain respect for me. But other than that, in reality, on a day-to-day basis, who checking you? And because nobody's checking you, the only person that can check you is yourself. And that's what it means to take accountability. That's what it means to be an adult. That's what it means to be a growing young adult. I am gonna show y'all what I said because y'all have no idea what I meant. I'm gonna show y'all a document real quick. When I was applying for grad school, and I didn't even know I was gonna tell y'all none of this. I'm gonna just give it all to God because I didn't have no intention of showing y'all this. But when I was applying for grad school, what I just told y'all, I literally did it myself. I took this. I applied. I'm gonna show y'all my list, and it ain't gotta be extraneous. It ain't gotta be crazy. It could be something very simple that allows for you to stay in tune with what you're doing with your life. So when you reflecting back, you like, I bet did I check this off? Did I do this? Did I do that? And if the answer is no, and if you don't have these things going for you, then you have to make an adjustment so you can have those things going for you. And I'm gonna pull this up. And pretty much what I'm about to show y'all is a grad school list. I checked out the GPA that I needed. What was the area that I wanted to be in addition to the area that I wanted to be in. I don't remember off the top of my head because I haven't applied to schools in a very long time. But I'm gonna get y'all right. And if you choose and you want this, I'll leave it up so you can copy it yourself. But this is what I will be doing with my time because y'all really like y'all ain't got nothing to do. Ain't nobody really like telling y'all like, yo, I put kids on Appley, which is a college what you call them, where you could determine and apply for mass scholarship. Y'all should be looking at uncf.org. And I don't know if that's something that y'all interested in, but these are the things that y'all would need to do when you got nothing else to do. Come on, man, do me. Oh, because I don't got internet. Got it. That'll do it. That shall do it every single time. This is what it's all about. And by the way, I appreciate y'all, man. I ain't know I was gonna go on that rant like that. Thank y'all for giving me the respect and like hearing it out. I do not take y'all time for granted. You got to change your mindset. You trying to get the NBA, right? You trying to get the D1? You got to change your mindset because everything that you just said is everything that you need in order to get there. So I bet I ain't gonna even lie. I bet two things you need to start doing because I know you don't do it on your own time. You definitely don't stretch by yourself. You only stretch your practice. Another thing that you gotta start doing is recovery. I don't know if you do protein. It kind of worked for me a little bit because I work out literally every day. I'm about to stop doing it because I feel you. My legs been hurting for literally 2 weeks. Like when I step, it hurts. Like on fire, my boy. I think I pushed like no, not 2 weeks. It's been a week. Last Friday, I was able to push like what I had 6 plates on both sides. You know what I'm saying? For my legs, and then I'm benching. I was able to max out 3 plates on both sides. Like I feel you, but the only way I could do that on a consistent basis and be able to max out at least once or twice a week is if I like you gotta have your rest day. You don't rest for real, for real. You gotta rest your mind and your body. In addition to resting your mind and your body, that protein will help. And on your off days, hey, you got to give yourself at least 30 minutes of stretching at minimum. Because what's happening is everything locking up, like legit. And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna take that one. It's gonna take that one little. Probably gonna be a Charlie horse because I'm pretty sure you drink water, but the fact that you don't just carry a bottle of water, you don't drink a lot. So that's also hurting you too. Junk food killing you. So if you do eat junk food, that's another reason why you super duper sore. Cause it ain't there's nothing for your body to process. So all the nutrients that your muscles would need in order to actually like break down and rebuild, you ain't giving it none of that. So if you only eating like cookies, chips, and like I'm pretty sure you eat right before you go to bed type shit situation. When you get home, I don't know what you're taking down, but you gotta figure out how to balance it. And if you're gonna eat trash, I'm telling you this because when I did used to eat trash, oh, so yeah, you gotta drink mad water because you gotta flush yourself out. Because you ain't giving your body no nutrients. Like even like look, I literally like on a day-to-day basis, I'm drinking yogurt, I'm eating fruit, I'm eating uh cashews, like things that actually give me because I do sometimes eat bad. Or some days I'll forget to eat. So I can't afford to not eat healthy if some days I forget to eat, if that makes sense. The fact that you got all this workout regimen going for you and you not doing the internal work, bro, you're not gonna make it because your body gonna start giving out. You gotta do the internal work. Hello, love. Mm-hmm. What's up, Netta? What's on your mind? Always a good talk, fellas. I'll see y'all in a minute. Thank you for advocating for yourself, Brandon. Got you.
This literally says study tables, weights, gym, Tuesday and Thursday. My pops about it.
You in class right now?
No,
You in Miss Smith class right now? I do got a question for you because I don't know if you took heed to what we talked about yesterday. How's it coming today? There's only one thing you're supposed to be practicing today.
Good, I guess.
From your end?
Yeah.
You control managing your face, your responses and all that good stuff?
No.
You understand it's still unprofessional, right?
Yep.
But that's what you're supposed to be working on. No? I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do. I want to start there. My only purpose in being at this school is to coach you to be the best version of yourself. So if that's not something you want to do, I'll leave you alone.
It's on my time.
You don't got time. That's the whole reason why you here. You understand that, right? That's why I'm gonna keep on telling you until you remember the only reason why you come to school is to practice being the best version of yourself. Who is the netta that's gonna show up in the world? That's gonna be on that phone being a dispatcher for the ambulance. Because you think these people in trauma and chaos, you think they're gonna be calm? No, they're not. So how can you start practicing having peace and being calm yourself, i.e., being professional? So when you actually start engaging and having this different community, customer service jobs to which like you literally want a career of customer service, you're gonna have to change your mindset. Just food for thought. But again, I don't want to force you to do something that you really don't want to do. Doing it on your own time, I do agree. I don't want to also force you to do it on my time. Because you're right, it is whenever you decide that you're going to be the best version of yourself. But I wouldn't practice being a bad person, which you're not, but bad habits. I wouldn't practice bad habits for too long because it's going to be hard to undo those bad habits. Just food for thought. Because you're not a bad person. I'm going to be very clear with you. Not a bad person. He's got some horrible habits that if you fix them, you probably be something to, you already something to reckon with, but it'll be something to reckon with beyond this space. You only something to reckon with in this space. If I was to put you in a different environment, then you'd get washed. And it can't be like that. That's what I'm telling you. Because you have the potential to not be like that. No matter what environment you go in, you should be able to be a chameleon. You should be able to be the best, period. Wherever I go, that's what I desire. To be the best educator, to be the best bowler, to be the best person that working out at the gym, to be the best entrepreneur, to be the best whatever it is that I'm doing. I want to be the best. Period. That has to be the mindset. Unfortunately, not having that mindset, we put ourselves in quite a pickle. Food for thought. I encourage you to go back to your class because you was regulating yourself and not going back to sleep. Gotcha. Because you was definitely chilling. You needed a little snack and a walk. I know my kids, man. I know my kids, man. This is what y'all do. Yeah, and I appreciate you applying the self-regulation to somebody else's class too, by the way. That's actually that was appropriate. You regulating yourself right now. Or am I tripping?
You think I can come in here and do SAT?
No, you need that lady.
No, it's on our computer. Like she's on our computer too.
You need that lady. You don't want me. My conversation won't change with you. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna double down actually. Because the other part is, even though I don't think you a great student. I think you're a decent student. But I still think you're a student. Not everybody's a student, which is a plus in your book.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Yep. Look, we got work to do. I don't know what a camera. Look, we got work to do. There's a lot of things happening in life, in these kids' life. And if us as adults don't decide that we are going to be the difference makers, the role models, we're not going to succumb to our own emotional, I guess, I don't know. But we can't succumb to our own emotional duress. Like, we must be emotionally intelligent as adults because the kids are actually looking at us. And in addition to that, for all my teachers at a school, let's stop calling these kids kids. They are young adults, especially in high school. Let's be very, very clear. I actually am very confused the fact that we don't call them young adults and we keep them in a kid mind frame. It actually makes no sense because we expect them to act like young adults. But then we be like, well, they got to be a kid sometime. No, 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 no. Not in a professional space. They could be a kid at home. You know what I mean? They could be a kid outside. They could be a kid in the playground. They could be a kid anywhere else. But in a school, this is young adult training. We have to teach kids to transition their brain to being young adults, because that's what we expect. There's too many 30-year-old, 8-year-olds. There's too many 40-year-old, 15-year-olds. If we want to change the dynamic of the world, then we probably should change the dynamic of the identity to which we are identifying kids. You a kid, 12 and under. 13 and up, it's time to start transitioning your brain, because the expectation is that you are going to be a sustainable member of society. If we can't do that, that put us in a bit of a pickle as we continue to grow not only our own personal communities, but the world beyond, as well as in the world. If we want these kids to actually come back and pour in, then we have to